Good evening, students. In today's class, we have discussed different type of distribution schemes. In previous class, it is also well-known fact what you mean by primary distribution system and secondary distribution system. These two are the part of the power system, because already we are knowing power system. It covers from generating station to up to distribution of power to the consumer's house. Entire electric circuit is referred as, and components involved are referred as power system. Hence, the distribution is also a part of transmission network only. The reduction of voltage level starts from receiving station to substation, to again substations. The voltage level goes on decreasing. So this may cover primary transmission line, secondary transmission line, primary distribution line and secondary distribution line. It is already well known fact. Primary transmission line starts from generating station, where high voltage level lines are carrying the electricity. High voltage lines through it is transmitted. The high voltage is generated in power station. So generating station is of having L1 kV, then it is step up, the voltage level may be increased. So for economic operation, as the voltage is increased, current decreases. As the current decreases, I square R loss decreases. This reduction in transmission loss increases transmission efficiency. Hence, for economic purpose, how much high voltage can be transmitted and distributed, we are achieving for economical design. So where the secondary transmission line ends, thereafter a primary distribution starts. So in this region there is no distribution of power takes place, except large consumers, if they are demanding to distribute the industrial applications. For large consumers directly power is given, except that there is no tappings are provided. So it distributes the electricity to substations, that is only. Then again substations, the voltage level can be decreased. It may comes under secondary distribution. Secondary distribution covers, so finally L1 kV voltage can be reduced to 0.4 kV for the consumers applications, or 230 volts or 440 volts. So secondary distribution transformer is 3-phase 4-wire type, depending upon consumers. Yesterday we have learnt. Today we have to discuss different type of distribution circuits. Number 1, radial system. In this type of substation, in this type of radial system, you observe in figure number 1, through the substation the feeders are radiated and the feeders are connected to distributor at one end only. You observe very carefully, feeders are connected at one end of the substation and distributors also connected one end of feeder. That O to C is a feeder which is connected to substation, and A to B is a distributor, it is connected to A. This figure number 1 shows DC radial system. Figure number 2 shows again single line diagram of AC radial system. So in this system also same thing. The substation is having center, the feeders are radiated from one end, then electricity fed from feeder to distributor through the transmission line. This transmission line is step down transmission line, that is of L1 kV to 0.4 kV. So depending upon type of consumers, either it may be three phase or it may be single phase, the electricity is distributed to the different type of consumers. This is one of the very simple circuit. See there, in this type of circuit, a separate feeder radiate from single substation and feed the distribution at the one end only. In single line diagram, where feeder OC supplies the distributor AB at a point A, obviously distributor is fed at one end only. So here it is one very important thing that this is one of the very simple method and more economical, but it creates many disadvantages. End of the distributor nearest to feeding point is heavily loaded, point number 1. Second one, consumers are dependent on single feeder. Consumers are dependent on single feeder and single distributor. If any fault occurs on the feeder or distribution system, then power supply is cut off to the consumers. Hence, it provides less reliability of supply. If any fault occurs on any feeder or respective distributor, then there is no alternate supply to the consumer. So up to completion of repair, they should in the dark period, power supplies remains in off time only. Hence, such a system provides less reliability of supply. And third one, it also creates a serious voltage fluctuation. This is also more disadvantageous factor which affects on the quality of supply which supplying to the consumers, because consumers needs less fluctuated supply. Hence, due to these limitations, it is used for short distances only. So improved versions of the first one, it is known as ring main system. You see there, the circuit diagram results in a closed loop or a ring main system. The substation is connected at point S. Then by using feeders S to L, L to M, M to N, N to O, P to Q, Q to R, R to S. So one loop is formed, one closed loop is formed with all primaries of distribution transformers. So it looks like a ring. It looks like a closed path. Hence the name is given as ring main system. In this system, you can observe the substation distributes or transfers the electricity to feeders. Different feeders are there. Different primary distribution transformers are there with primary and secondary windings. So they have distributed through the distributors to the later on consumers. From distributor, the load is supplied to consumers. So this type of creates more advantages. If any fault occurs in one feeder, for example SLM, if a fault occurs between this SLM feeder, hence this feeder should be kept off and go for checking of faulty area, fault location, and it may be kept under repair. But even though it is kept off, the power is supplied to the M point through S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, because each distributor is connected by two feeders. Each distributor is connected by two feeders, If any one feeder failure occurs, then from other feeder it may be supplied. Hence, it is more advantageous. Nowadays, this method is more used. In this type of distribution system, primary of distribution transformers forms a loop or a closed circle or a ring. The loop circuit starts from substation. Bus bars makes a loop through the area to be served and return to substation. So, above shown circuit diagram is a ring main type system. The distributors are tapped from different points M, O and Q of the feeder through the distribution transformers. So, such type of system provides more advantages. So, here I explained each distributor is connected by two feeders. If any fault occurs on one feeder through another end connection of feeder, it supplies to the distributor. Hence, power supply reliability increases. There is no problem to consumers. If any fault occurs, even that time also the power supply is not affected to the consumers. So, number 3, interconnected system. It is almost similar circuit diagram. Again, through the primaries of distribution transformer, which forms a closed path or a closed circle or a closed ring. Along with that, two substations are connected. In previous cases, the power supplied through only one substation. In this system, two substations are connected. Hence, the name is abbreviated as interconnected system. If any one failure occurs of the feeder, then second substation takes the responsibility. Either two substations, either we can use two generating stations. Such a system is referred as interconnected distributed system, interconnected distribution system. So, here you can observe there are 4 distribution transformers are connected to distributor. Then each distributor is connected to respective feeders. So, this all connections results a closed path as shown in figure. In this type of distribution system, the feeder is energized by 2 or more than 2 generating stations or substations. Hence, it is called a interconnected system. The above diagram shows a interconnected system in which a closed feeder ring ABCD is supplied by 2 substations S1 and S2. The distributors are connected to points O, P, Q, R of the feeder ring through the distribution transformers. It has following advantages. It increases the service reliability. Even though any fault occurs on any feeder, the power supply is not interrupted to consumers because each distributor is connected by 2 feeders. The power supply should be available. It is not remains cut off. Hence, it increases the service reliability, and any area fed from generating station during the peak load hours can be fed from other station. This reduces the reserve power capacity and increases the efficiency of whole combination of the system. Thank you to one and all.